Hello everyone and welcome to another Godzilla review with me, Ferris. Today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Playmates toys, Godzilla vs Kong, Godzilla with Heat Ray. Monsterverse, Godzilla with Heat Ray. Yes, if you are looking for these on especially Smith's website, I'm not sure about other websites, but on Smith's, if you've searched for Godzilla, not going to come up. You have to search for Monsterverse. I don't know. So anyway, this is brand new. It just came to me today. I had a bit of a fear of missing out with this one. I wasn't originally going to get it, but what with everything that's been going on in the world, I thought, might as well. Why not? Pick it up, see what it's like. And yeah, so let's see what it's like. So, as I said, this is Playmates toys. Playmates now have the license for all Godzilla, well, for Godzilla toys, I should say. NECA did have the license for more collector grade figures, but that's gone now. I don't know if Playmates are going to be picking that up. Hopefully, I'd like to see some collector grade figures from Playmates. I think the very big Godzilla, the 60cm one, was Jakks Pacific, and I don't know who made the smaller ones because it never actually said on the box. It might have been Jakks as well, but now Playmates has the license. So I wouldn't say I'm a fan of Playmates, but they have made things that I've collected before. I mean, they make all the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures, and they made the Star Trek figures that I used to collect back in the day. So I'm fingers crossed, I'm hoping for good things. So with that aside, let's have a look at the box. It's an open box, so you know, it's the figures there for you to see. So we've got Godzilla at the top, and then we've got Kong on this side. Now I will tell you, you won't see any Kong reviews for me because I don't like him. I only collect like Godzilla and Gamera stuff, so I don't really care much for Kong, so yeah, sorry about that. But you will see other monsters. I do have the Warbat as well, and that will be in a separate review. I just wanted to do Godzilla first. So it's blue down the bottom. I do quite like the blue packaging. It does look quite nice. Monsterverse logo, obviously there. You've got some warnings and stuff, and a cityscape over here. But the interesting bit is it's got this battle damage thing going on. So we'll have a look at that. So on this side of the box, we've got more of that burning city. And Godzilla vs Kong on this side. Warnings and stuff on the bottom, and a little diagram on how to attach the tail. And then on the back you've got product shots, and these are the other figures that you can buy. I did try and get the skull crawler because I do quite like this, but that was out of stock, so yeah, a bit annoying. Hopefully it'll pop back in again. I will try and get this other Godzilla, which is exactly the same as this, but the spines are a different colour, so of course I have to have it. They know how to get people like me, don't they? There is a little bio at the top, which is just out of shot. Apologies for that. Legends collide as Godzilla and Kong, the two most powerful forces of nature, clash in a spectacular battle for the ages. The monster war rages on. The monster war rages on the surface and deep within our world as the spectacular secret realm of the Titans, known as the Hollow Earth, is revealed. Ooh, interesting. Sorry, I mucked that up halfway through. I'm not used to reading out loud. I don't have kids or anything, so I've not read out loud since I was at school. But you get the gist. And then there's another one over here. Harness the awesome power of Godzilla's thunderous roar and devastating tail swipe as the king of the monsters battles Kong to settle an ancient rivalry. There you go. Right, so that's it for the box. I will crack this guy out and we'll take a closer look. Be right back. Right, so here's the king of the monsters out of the box, and I kind of feel like Godzilla got the short end of the stick with this, because the Kong that I looked at looked really well articulated, but the Godzilla they've done practically nothing with, and yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed with that. But you have to remember, that this is a line of figures aimed at kids. These ones are only 10 quid each, so you know, kind of have to put that in perspective. But I am a little disappointed that they gave Kong a shed load of articulation and Godzilla's got practically nothing. But before we look at that, let's have a look at what he comes with. And I mean, you basically saw it anyway. He's got this little panel, which is supposed to clip over the battle damaged part, but that isn't massively successful as far as I can tell. So, but we'll get to that in a minute. And then he comes with a little blast effect, which is actually quite nice. It's a sort of a softer, clear plastic. I don't think it's the same as the stuff that they use for his spines. It feels like it, and it's the same colour as well. So, but this is quite nice. I do quite like this. It does kind of look more like water than like a atomic ray, but yeah, I mean, it's quite nice. I quite like that. Now what you do with this is, obviously his mouth can open, and you can see he's got like a little sort of knobbly bit on the top there. And it doesn't tell you on the package, but there's a small hole on the upper side of his jaw there, and you just pop that in like so, and then he can just hold that like that. So that works quite well. Let me see, who have I got that's that sort of height? Just looking around to see what I've got. Oh, hello. Let's try a sticky Moloch. I've still got a sticky Moloch sitting around on my table here. Yeah, that's not too bad, I guess. Sorry, Stiggy. Let's put you away. But yeah, that's not too bad. I guess, you know, it's designed to work with some of the other figures, so yeah, I'll see how it looks with the war bat, but I haven't got that one out of his box yet, so I'll come back to that. So that's that. That's yeah, I do like that. So the figure itself, it's about 7 inches. I forgot to measure it, but it's about 7 inches. It's not bad. It's not bad for a tenner. Let's get in close and have a good look. So there you can see there's his little smushed bear face. I've gotten used to this design now. I didn't like it at first, but if it's a toss-up between this and Shin Godzilla, I'll take this any day of the week, because that thing is ugly. So, yeah, so that's quite nice. His eyes are painted okay. Nothing special, but I mean, they're very small, so, you know, it's difficult really on a mass-produced figure like this. And you can see in his mouth there, got a little pink tongue. Little white teeth, again, not massively well painted, but you know, 10 quid, mass produced figure, you can't really expect much. This isn't a Monster Arts figure, so you know, that I am getting. There is a new Monster Arts figure. Simon made me buy it, it's all his fault. Alright, so going down the body, I mean the head has no other paint on it aside from the eyes and the mouth. Yeah, the spines just stop here, but then they don't stop. The blue plastic stops here, but I bought some cheap figures before, and that's usually what happens. It will stop at the neck joint. So going down the figure, it seems to be, I'm not sure if it's moulded in, yes, it's moulded in the same dark plastic as the head, and then it's dry brushed over with a lighter grey. So it's okay. You know, it's nothing special, but it's okay. And then you go down the tail, and they do actually carry on the blue down the tail a bit, so that's quite nice. Shame they didn't do that at the top, but you know, I can fix that at some point if I ever get my studio up and running. So that's quite nice, and it's blended quite nicely as well, actually. So that's quite good. The detailing's quite nice, really. He's got some sort of warts on the skin going down his legs there. He's got little feet there. And the claws are painted on the feet, and they're painted on the hands as well, actually, which is nice. The arms are a more rubbery plastic. They're still quite firm, but they are more rubbery. Everything else is sort of just, you know, hollow, hard. except for the tail. That's PVC. The tail is actually on a ball joint. So you do get a little bit of movement out of it, but we'll get to that in a minute. But I wasn't expecting a ball joint, so that's quite nice. So overall, paint-wise, he's okay. And then you get to this bit, now his tail's in the way. Then you get to this bit on his front, which is the damage. But I'll cover that in a minute. So let's have a look at articulation. Now, I thought the head moved, and it does kind of, sort of, but I'm not going to force it because it doesn't feel like it wants to go any further. Really, the articulation isn't very good on this figure. You basically just get up and down on the arms. You get the same on the legs. Again, I thought the feet were meant to rotate, but I pushed it a little bit far and something sort of made a cracking noise. So, yeah, I don't want to push it any further because, you know, this is all sort of sonic welded down here. If I push it any further, it's going to pop that open. So, it kind of looks like the head and the feet were meant to articulate, and they've just, for some reason, they've gone, you know what, no, let's not bother. Although the foot is quite soft as well, so maybe it's just that they, you know, they just wanted a hard plastic here and then they wanted to do the softer plastic for the feet. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, isn't it? And then you get that ball joint on the tail, so you can do all kinds of stuff with that tail. Well, all kinds of stuff if you just want to sort of go up, down, that way. That's about all you can get. These spines, though, I do really like the spines. They are moulded in this blue plastic, this sort of softer PVC, translucent, but they have actually gone to the trouble of brushing over some silver on the middle spine, some is sort of splashed over on the lower spines, and that looks really nice. I think they've done a nice job there, so yeah, good one there. Right, so now we need to come back to this battle damage thing. Now, I've just had a little play around with this. This thing is just soft plastic, so, you know, it's there's nothing on it really. It's just a little bit of soft plastic. Now, you are meant to. There's a little pseudo tab, I'd say, on there. You can see that it's very small. That is meant to go in there, and then you're meant to be able to put the whole thing in. And there's barely even a tab on the top, and that's meant to go up in there, but it doesn't really work. So let's, I'll have to get it in because I'm not going to leave it displayed with that open, but you're supposed to put it in there. No, helps if you have it the right way around. God, honestly. You're supposed to put it in that way, and then it's supposed to just sort of push in, but it doesn't really fit. I've tried it both ways and I can't really get it to fit without, you know, really giving it some welly. Okay, it's going. No. Oh, no, it's too tight. It doesn't really work. It doesn't seem to be moulded correctly. And I mean, I don't mind at the minute, but just for the purposes of this review, if I pushed it in there, I don't know how I'd get it out again. So that is a little bit of a fail, I feel, because, as I stated, this is a toy for children. This is not a collector's piece. So it's, I don't know how they're expecting kids to get that in there, because I can't get it in there. I mean, I could if I heated it up, and, you know, which I will do. I will be doing that. But, yeah, a little bit of a fail on that front, I think. So, now, I don't think it would be fair for me to do a comparison with a collector's grade figure. So, I will do a comparison with this thing. Simon's going to hate me. He likes this. I think it's awful. So, yeah, as you can see, it's about 7 inches. Probably slightly smaller. Yeah, I think the size is okay. I think it's okay for a toy. So there is that. So right, what do I think? Well, Gonna say it again. It was a toy that cost me a tenner. You know, Playmates are pretty much the kings of making cheap toys. I would have liked a bit more paint. I'm not entirely convinced by this dry brushing. It's a bit patchy, it doesn't really go everywhere. I think the thing that brings it down a little bit for me is the fact that the Kong figure is just packed with articulation, and this has like 5 moving parts, or 6 moving parts if you count the lower jaw. And I think that's a shame. I think they could have put a bit more articulation into it. They could have done the knees and the elbows at least. But it is what it is. It's a cheap toy. You get a nice little heat ray effect, little atomic blast. The battle damage gimmick I think would be pretty good if we could get this to work. It's actually hurt my thumb now. I've got a painful thumb for that. But yeah, I think for the price, it's decent. It's a good one. Not great, but it's good. So I do have the War Bat, so I will be reviewing that next. So stay tuned for that. But for this one, I think that's all I have to say on it. Definitely worth a pickup if you can get one. I don't know if this is going to be difficult to get hold of. Hopefully it won't, you know, because the movie's coming out. So yeah, so that's it. Thanks for watching as always. I'll see you in the next one, and bye bye.
Fingers on plastic.